don't see you now.
And yeah, I know, but you fix me some fucking spaghetti, would you? Good God, woman. Okay. Oh, hey, dudes. Anyway, hang on. What? You guys start working right away when you get to your job? Me neither.
No.
Okay. Who we got here? We got Terry. We got James. I know we got a few others. There's Michael, Ed, Dana, whoever that is. Who is Ed?
I was not supposed to be here, but
yeah, you weren't supposed to be here.
I wrote the dates in my book down wrong.
Oh, you've never had a date in your life.
You got that.
Other than your left hand.
It always went straight to marriage.
I don't know if I'm having spaghetti or not. I have to ask. Anyway, my wife's actually that way. I wasn't being mean to her for anybody who's going to go out and say, Scott beats his wife. Oh, that wouldn't take long to spread, would it?
Nope.
Just like the herpes. Oh, Scott's got the herpes now.
What do you get if you catch him from a girl in a snow cone stand?
What, herpes?
Yeah.
If you catch herpes from a girl at a snow cone stand,
you get Slurpees.
Oh, boo.
What do you catch him from a midget? Think. Twerpies.
Twerpies. Oh, and a bird?
You know, there's herpes simplex and herpes complex, right?
Okay.
If you get them both, that's herpes duplex.
What if you get them from a bird?
A bird. Herpes. Harpies.
You get chirpies.
Chirpies.
What if you get AIDS from a bunch of musicians?
You get that.
You get Band-Aids.
Band-Aid. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Well, welcome to the stream where quality is a thing of the past.
That's right.
Quality was never a thing.
Oh shit! I forgot we were even on. Good God!
You know,
that
was a big deal. That Band-Aid, remember?
Oh, the show.
Well, the concert. I mean, the whole production. That when that was a big deal. You had Boy George singing with Bruce Springsteen, and there was just all Michael Jackson and just all kinds of camaraderie.
Come where? He just come to on his artery. Hey, there's John Pearson just showed up. He says, "Here I'm is." I didn't know you was a black feller. Here I'm is. That wasn't racist, folks. Just an observation.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a joke right now, but I better not.
Speaking of a joke, which isn't a joke, James Sanders said, as far as how many people show up to the chat, he can always count on one hand. I think that's what he's talking about.
Hey, where's the one guy that's usually here?
Yeah, he's here, and well, we got like 5, I guess, that usually show up right away. So we'll dig through them. I asked Duncan. Say hi, Duncan.
Hi, Duncan.
Hi, Duncan. See how easy that is? It's like halfway around the goddamn globe. Duncan's over there firing one up, and just that quick, man. Boom, boom. That quick, and you can hear me.
Global community now.
I know, it's amazing. Anyway, he was asking, I said, give me something you want to ask about. He's like, I was just sitting here looking. He goes, why the fuck is a switch where it is up on a Les Paul? And very good one. Anybody think that's retarded? The placement of the switch?
Well, no, because that's what I was used to.
Really?
Well, when I was playing Les Paul.
It wasn't in your way. I know people that are Les Paul players, they hate everything where the Strat is, especially where the middle pickup is. But they're saying when they're playing that they always hit the 5-way switch.
Never hit it. Never hit it.
Never hit what?
The switch on the Les Paul.
Me neither. Oh, you didn't hit it on the Les Paul. Okay, now that brings me to my next thing. I'm not going to wait for everybody to get here to talk about it because it'll be a big shit fest. But okay, so you're playing, and again, I know when I'm over at mylespaul.com or whatever it's called, they're always bitching about where everything on a Fender is placed at because they're always hitting the 5-way switch. They're hitting the volume knob. It's in their way. So they have to change all that shit out.
That happened to me playing a Peavey Falcon.
Okay, I've got a Falcon right there. I can see.
The knob was just a little bit closer, and I would turn it down.
Oh, when you're playing?
Yeah.
On accident.
But it never happened on my Stratocaster.
Now, here's the reason why. For me, the Les Paul thing is like you actually have to make an extra effort to reach up and grab the goddamn switch. If you're a Strat player or a Tele player, it's like it just doesn't work with your movement. It's like you actually got to go like this and grab it. And
see, I don't play the Telecaster enough. That switch gives me problems.
Right, because it's not at an angle.
Yeah, I have to look. But my Stratocaster, all I got to do is put my hand down there. I know where exactly
just
where
play, and there it is. Yeah. Now you know that they make the angled plate for a Telecaster, so you can put the switch in, and it's actually where the Strat switch is, and it's at an angle. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, it's just cut at an angle, and it still fits in there, and it's a beautiful thing. So, especially if you're using like a Nashville Tele, where you have the 3 pickups, just like a Strat, it's like, of course you want it right. And it just feels all fucked up like a Tele does if you're not a Tele player. But yeah, the Les Paul I don't know, just seems like it's wrong damn place.
I still like the looks of that Les Paul that's only got the 1 pickup.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't even have
to switch. Now, the Tele version like that, the Esquire, that just has the bridge pickup.
Yeah.
It's got a 3-way switch on it. Why? I don't know. Yeah, I guess it could be a coil tap. To actually tap a single coil, you can actually do that. You can't split it.
I'll bet the guitar's routed for the 2nd pickup and it's just covered by the pick guard.
Speaking of which, yeah, there's guitars out there that have the rail pickups. You know what I'm talking about? Like the blade pickup that goes across without the little slugs and stuff.
Yeah.
And they put that rail where the 22nd fret would be, but they put it flush with the wood, so it's not sticking up like a fret. And that's where the neck pickup is. It's underneath the neck itself.
What guitar?
It's something that's Gibson scale length, the 24.75 thing. And so they can get the neck pickup in the proper place to sound more Fendery,
Wow.
Yeah, I just saw it a couple days ago. It was on from the NAMM show.
Oh, you're at that damn NAMM show.
NAMM, yeah, damn NAMM thing. Have you been watching any of that?
Nope.
Nope.
I saw it last year.
Oh, yeah, it's not much different. Let's see, Aaron. Scott, I emailed you about that guitar I'm interested in. The oak parts caster. I was curious on the weight of the guitar. Thanks. Oh, Aaron, I've got it right here. I'll have to check that for you. I actually broke it out, put it on my postal scale, and it read error because the guitar was too heavy. but that postal scale maxes out at like 5 pounds. I forgot. So, yeah, I want to take pictures of that and send you different shots because the tuners have been changed at some point. So there are holes there from where tuners used to be. So I want to hook you up with a dozen pictures or so. Make sure you actually want the guitar. It's great axe. I'm surprised that it turned out as amazing as it did. So I'll do that in the next day or two. I have got your email. Hey, Bronze Snake's in the building. And Nitroc, is that how you say that? Or is that a B? That's a B, god dang it. I can't read. Oh, no, I can't see. I can read, I can't see. Anyway, I was going to cause a whole bitch session here. When doing a pickup switching thing on the Les Paul, when Duncan had brought it up, it got me to thinking about, well, people generally play wrong as far as I am concerned. And I'm talking about probably, here's a fake number, 90%. I'm going to say that because I can say it. Okay, here you are playing your Les Paul, and you got a switch right here, right? So you're playing along, and if you played like this, your hand could literally hit it. If you play like this, it could hit the Strat pickup changer switch. So playing like this is guitarded as far as I'm concerned. It's like, who the holy fuck plays like that? I honestly don't get it. It's like myself and a lot of the players I've seen, nobody does this. You know, it's like this does not have a pick guard. Therefore, there's not a single scratch on it.
Yeah, you don't move your hand that far away from the strings, past them, up or down.
Yeah, my hand never leaves my strings.
My hand never leaves my wrist.
Yeah, I mean, my wrist is right there and it never leaves. It's just my hand, or I'm sorry, my wrist and my fingers that do the moving, and that is it. You know, it's like, even if you have to do big acoustic sounds, you know, like my hand is still on the guitar. I don't need to, you know. So anybody that comes over and wants to play my guitar, I have to tell them no. Because anybody that touches a single one of my guitars, right away, they get scratches all over it. And I won't stand for such a thing. Which leads me to, number one, if you have scratches anywhere on your guitar, you're playing the goddamn thing wrong. And I want to send that especially out to a guy who cannot come after me for saying so. So it makes me think that Stevie Ray Vaughan was full of shit as far as his playing style of, I think it was all just for looks. What do you think about that?
He was aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, but who the hell has to do that?
You did have 45 people watching. You now got 42. There's your answer.
But yeah, he's just doing this and wearing off the finish on his guitar just because it looks good on camera.
Well, I don't know how the finish came off that guitar. Literally, it had to be left out in the rain, or
I know it wasn't natural.
of course, it was a nitrocellulose finish, I'm sure.
Sure, but still, the parts where the finish was fucked up, no godly human would ever play up here on the bottom part here where the paint's gone. You know, the bottom horn, nobody would play there.
You would have to play a gazillion hours to wipe that paint off.
You would have had to give it to Jimi Hendrix and let him play it for 10 years. upside down,
Upside down.
and then give it to Stevie, and then let him play it, and then run over it with a truck.
I've got 3 guitars that don't have a pick guard. This little Les Paul Jr., my old Peavey Milestone, and my Taylor acoustic. And what happens are my little finger, the fingernails on my picking hand, because they rest right there.
Yeah.
And I keep them trimmed back as far as I can, but my fingernails have worn through the finish.
True. I want to read, I'll let you read this because I can't read it. Can you highlight Bronze Snake's comment there at the bottom?
A stripper would have to use the neck as a pole to get beaverware.
Okay. Now, I know that people that play constantly on the same guitar because my pink axe back there is that way. It has 0 finish on it and has a good part of the neck on the back worn away. You know, it's I had the white guitar here. I took the neck from the pink guitar off and took it into the builder and said, here, copy this neck. You know, and so they lasered it down and everything and CNC'd it and made the neck just like that worn out Strat neck to do that. But to get your entire body that way, I don't know how. But yeah, to just literally play that way, I just don't understand it. You know, I'm sure there's people that in here that do play that way. I personally just don't get it. So
no, I never get any kind of thing up above the strings.
Right. Up here?
Or
up this way?
Never up there.
Right. The only time I might see something is if I'm finger picking. You know, I might see just a quick thing like that.
Yeah.
If I haven't trimmed my nails all the way back, I might see something from that, but never from a guitar pick. Let's see. There's Paul Fuchs. He's asking about the current state of Peavey. Is there a current state of Peavey? Any idea, Ed?
Well, it's not in Mississippi.
Definitely not in Mississippi. Ever since Hartley's son-in-law took over, it's just been a mess. They still do fairly well on cheap audio is about it. I won't say that's about it. They have what's called a Millennium series of bass guitars that still do okay. Even though they're cheap, they're really high quality basses. They really are. I've had probably 20 of them. No lie on the number. Just really love them and still have one. I put 3 jazz lace sensors in it just to be weird, to make it like my Gibson Grabber G3 bass. So it's kind of a Stratocasterized bass guitar, which I don't know why Fender has never made a Strat bass.
My opinion of Peavey is about the only thing they got left that they're manufacturing right now that's any good is their PA equipment.
Yeah, I've got one of their, a couple of their small mixers that are like Behringer and stuff like that, and Mackie. They all look the same.
Well, even the newer stuff is pretty decent, but as far as like those Peavey Viper amps,
yeah,
it's a line 6. I mean,
yes, that it is.
They've got all these settings on them. It's like 2 settings you'll use and 35 you'll never touch.
True. We got a question about Willie Nelson's guitar as far as
Trigger.
Oh, Trigger. Yep, that's the name. Willie, yeah, he's one of those people that abuse a guitar, and I like the way he plays? I got to say, yeah. I like to listen to his note choices, but I don't like the way he plays. You know, it's just
Well, he's got the goofiest fucking guitar strap you
Oh,
ever
yeah.
saw, that hooks into the hole on the bottom and then wraps around the bottom of the guitar, and it just
Well, that whole guitar is a hole.
cradles in there. Yeah.
You know, what is so fucked up is, but you still can't help but like it, is Willie's guitar playing is just like his singing. The guy cannot, or does not, I can't say he cannot because he does it in the studio, but he's always like, if you were not a woman, I would not have found you.
Yeah,
Angel
right,
flying.
he'll do that. He'll do it.
But he plays all off beat, the same as his singing. His singing is always off. I've thought that to myself a million times, that it's like I would hate to be in his band. You would never know when the changes are, because you'd hear him singing, and it's like he never changes on the beat.
And
He
probably
plays that way during the solos too. What's that?
probably different every time.
Oh, exactly. Oh, for sure. It's like having to play with Hank Jr. Talk about somebody that does something different every single time, but it's always going to be about his daddy.
Yeah.
A family tradition. And let me talk about my daddy again. God damn it, here, my daddy did this.
Your daddy will just break out the bottle, Hoss.
That's right.
Talk about that drifting cowboy band.
Right. Now, yeah, as far as Willie wearing out a guitar, that's honest wear right there. Is it?
There is a video of his guitar guy
Oh yeah, putting it
going
together.
over that guitar.
Yes,
I would hate to have that guy's job.
I know. So for the rest of you out there that don't know, you can check out Trigger, the name of Willie's guitar, and there's a whole video here on YouTube of Willie's guy that that fixes the guitar, not so much his guitar tech. The guy doesn't go on the road with Willie, but the guy is responsible for having kept Willie's guitar intact over the last few decades. And boy, it's amazing what he has to go through to.
Oh, he's had to put frets on it. He's had to cut little pieces of wood to fit in that hole and glue them back in and try to keep it together. And
I wouldn't be surprised if there was like coat hanger twisted in there, you know, like how we used to use coat hanger to put on mufflers and stuff on our cars and keep them tied up when we were little, you know. Back in the 70s, everybody did it. When's the last time you've had to tie a muffler up?
a couple of years ago, I had to do it for my nephew.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was he surprised that you knew what you were doing and how to?
Well, I just jacked the car up and sent him under there and said, "Now take this clamp and this coat hanger. I'll hand you this here wrench."
Remember when a coat hanger could do everything?
Well, almost.
It could get you in your car or in anybody's car. It could get you in any door that some flipping teenager locked themselves in the bedroom with. You just poke a coat hanger in there and pop the door open, and in that little hole, you know. Yeah, coat hanger could get you out of or into all kinds of fun stuff.
I had cars in my younger days where I actually kept coat hangers and wire cutters in the trunk, because at some point I knew an exhaust pipe was going to fall off, or, you know, something was going to have to be wired up.
Right. I'm reading a question from Bronze Snake here. Okay, he says he has 4 Epiphones. Now, I know you have Epiphones. I've got an Epiphone. It's over there.
I've got the Epiphone John Lennon J150 or something.
Right.
It's a really nice guitar. I really like it. The only thing I don't like it is that stupid freaking signature on it.
Oh, sure. let's see. He's talking acoustic stuff. The Hummingbird. So have you played any of their acoustic axes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I have.
I don't like my hollow body guitars, ES 135s, Casinos, Dots.
Yeah, mine's just a ES 295 thing or something.
I tried
Scotty
it.
Moore model.
I tried it for a while and it just wasn't for me.
Yeah, got these two P90s in them that just feed back like a bitch. But I've never tried any Epiphone acoustics at all. And he also says Scott does a mean Louis Armstrong. Oh yeah. What the hell's the name of that song?
What a Wonderful World. Hello, Dolly.
What a wonderful world. Yeah, great tune. It's like I used to sing that every goddamn night and couldn't remember it. The hell's the name of it? Okay, I know there's some other ones. A saxophone strap. What are you talking about, John?
Willie Nelson's guitar strap.
Okay, I'm glad you're paying attention. Yeah, it would be like that. It's very odd. It says, hey, Doc from Bronze Snake. Did you ever share a stage with Garth Brooks? No, not share a stage. I've seen a stage with Garth Brooks on it, if that counts. What do you think of the Eagles? Personally, I love them and saw them twice. Both great live shows. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Eagles, man. That's just the epitome of greatness, especially for me. When it comes to bridging the gap between light rock and country stuff, I think that's the band that helped me do such a thing, especially with live gigs and stuff. It's like if I ever had to do what was the one song? You'll help me out, Ed. What's the name of?
Running down the road trying to loosen my load.
See. Oh, Already Gone.
Yeah.
And there's see.
Life in the Fast Lane.
Life in the Fast Lane, yeah. Yeah, just so much talent in that band. And
play Tequila Sunrise.
No thanks. What was it? You got a guitar there?
Yeah. That's it. That might be the wrong beat. I'm doing caught in a trap.
Oh man.
You walk out.
I can't believe the king's dead, man. Oh man. I'm not dead. I just smell funny. That's all.
He's not dead. He went home.
He went home. That's what it is. Let's see. Yeah, somebody got Already Gone, correct?
You know, we were having that conversation last night. The government basically has admitted that they've got evidence of UFOs and nobody cares.
No, they haven't. That's
how bad the state of the world is.
No, they haven't.
Yeah, I knew that was coming up after the broadcast. It's like, that's going to butt heads.
Wait, you're gonna butt in with that fake freaking English accent.
Better than fake fucking UFO stories.
That's right.
Well, no, I saw it. It was definitely unidentified. By me, anyway.
I saw an unidentified person going out of my ex-wife's window once. An unidentified naked ass.
Landed on an innocent bystander?
More than likely. Now, what I'll say also with the Eagles is since they throwing Vince Gill in there there was no other choice as far as I'm concerned. Because
I totally agree. And my brother got an offer to go see the Eagles.
right,
He said, basically, I just want to see Vince Gill.
sure. And Vince is so happy to take the back seat.
Yeah.
You know,
He's great.
zero ego on that man. I don't know how he does it.
He doesn't need it. He was successful enough. He knows who he is.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, and he's just like, well, I'm in the greatest band in the world. You know, it's like, who wants to hear me sing Stranger in a Town, you know, and all this kind of stuff. It's like, let them do the bulk of the thing. You know, they got the guy's son in there and everything else. He's like, I just throw a harmony part in now and then, and every now and then they throw me a bone and I sing something, and it's like nobody's here to hear me.
Ron Snake, what you saw was a blimp.
He's at least as big as me, I think.
No, he says he saw a cigar-shaped craft one clear summer day.
Oh,
With a wife and two buddies. It was the size of a DC-10 and had no seams, no windows, no markings at all. Looked like pure chrome and was silent. It was a blimp.
I thought you were talking about Vince Gill.
It was the Goodyear blimp. No.
You see, what you saw was a blimp. Oh, fuck.
I always loved that song, One More Last Chance. That was one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I was getting ready to mention that one. I loved playing that song. And there was a few, one called Linda.
Yeah.
You should know.
Well, and I always liked I've Been Trying to Get Over You, which is just a slow, I need to do that one.
A lot of people forget about Vince Gill and how cool some of his songs were. Oklahoma Borderline, and there was just a whole bunch of
Well,
them.
and then all the pure Prairie League days.
Right. Yeah, if you get away from Vince's slow shit, which is great, but he had so much chicken picking shit that it was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
That his playing was so goddamn good, and he doesn't get to utilize it even with the Eagles.
Way before that guy, the alcohol guy.
The alcohol guy. In music? No.
Come on. The big famous country guy that does the chicken picking, he sings the song Alcohol. Come on, somebody help me out here.
A country guy that sings a song about alcohol?
Yeah. Unheard of. Not Foster Brooks.
Foster Brooks.
Name's on the tip of my tongue.
Can you taste him?
Brad Paisley, that's it. Paisley.
Oh.
How did I not think of Paisley? Thank you, Rex.
Now, what about him?
Oh, Vince was doing that guitar stuff way before Paisley ever hit the scene.
You bet. Yeah. Yeah, Paisley said that he I don't know if he's got any real ego or not. I don't know. I know he knows he's good, or he knows he's great, however you want to put it. But he once said that he goes, I'm doing the same old tired licks that everybody's been doing, like in every Moose Lodge, you know, for the last 50 years. But the only thing I did was happen to play open strings around everything, whether the notes fit or not. He's like, play your regular licks, but throw open strings right in the middle of the lick. And don't matter what string, doesn't matter anything. It just sounds like where country is today. You know, it's like it was a natural progression. Just play a bunch of notes that don't belong there, and somehow it is dissonant and cool. You know, it's like, so basically fuck up and they'll love you. And he said it himself, you know, it's like just wrong notes are actually cool these days.
Then I am extremely cool.
All those blue notes.
Yep, blew that note.
Blew that. I'll leave that blowing out. Let's see. What do you see in the chats? I see Bronze going at it.
Hey, Surefire says, "Hey Scott, you ever toured with John Anderson? You know, the swinging guy. She was
swinging. Never had to.
I forgot about that was a fun song.
Yeah, everybody hated
everybody in the bar would sing that when you played it.
There's a little girl in our neighborhood. It always sounded like he had a volume pedal on his voice.
Her name is Charlotte Johnson, and
she's really looking good. But yeah, everything was like
Seminole Wind. That was a good song. Yeah.
Yeah. I play that on Pioneer. Well, of course you would. That's what it's on.
Who did that song, Bubba Shot the Jukebox?
Oh, that's the Dead guy. Somebody's going to help you. You watch.
Yeah, you said that. I know exactly who we're talking about because I'll bring it up a million times and now I can't think of his name. He
was a studio singer and he finally made it on his own.
Chris Ledoux.
Somebody says Mark Chesnutt.
Oh, it wasn't Chris Ledoux?
No.
Mark Chesnutt.
Yeah, Mark Chesnutt. Mark Chesnutt had he blew his chance, or his company or his agent or their somebody in the team blew their chance because he had friends in low places. He had it out as a single. And then Garth Brooks had it out as a single. But
who wrote it?
Some garage mechanic or something. I don't know.
Wow.
No, it was actually a garage mechanic that wrote Achy Breaky Heart. But yeah, Mark Chesnutt had that song out at the same time as Garth, and for some reason, I mean, Mark Chesnutt's a way better singer than Garth is. Garth just happened to explode all over everybody for some reason, and out came the Garth goo. So, yeah, I guess Mark Chesnutt just didn't have a appealing face.
Well, Garth,
but somehow Garth had cooler shirts.
And a bigger hat.
And a bigger hat. Now, Duncan, did you ever fall prey to the cowboy era and start wearing all the urban cowboy shirts? And
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, no. I did used to, in my youth, I did used to wear some cowboy boots, but you know, it's not
okay. They're comfortable as all
over my jeans. Yeah, made me a little bit taller as well. So you know.
Well, I didn't know, if the whole thing passed on over to the UK or not. If anybody.
Oh my! Honestly, God, no, it's weird. Especially
really?
My godparent.
Hear you say howdy, partner.
Howdy, partner. No, my parents in law, they had an anniversary and they booked a hotel. We all went there. You know, the whole family's got together. But it was the same. It was concurrent with a convention at the hotel, which was a country and western style convention with gunslingers and lots of line dancing. But you know, you got all these people from Bradley and Birmingham and you know, from the West Country, and they're also like dressed up as in their finest cowboy outfits they could possibly get in their local areas.
Right.
So it wasn't quite, you know, you could tell the ones who actually went out to the States and brought back stuff.
Who went shopping and
yeah, but then everybody else is just like, you know, dressing in what they can get in their closest Tesco supermarket.
Yeah. Blue jeans and a red flannel shirt.
Yeah,
but it was quite funny just seeing these you know, fat grown men with like toy pistols doing shootouts. But
doing basically a Halloween thing.
Well, the real,
pretty much so. Very silly.
were all dressed like Roy Rogers. They were out there herding cattle with fringe hanging off their shirts and, big bandanas around their big giant belt buckles with.
And they all looked like
rhinestones.
Yeah, you just basically got to walk in just covered in dust. No,
Right.
that's a proper cowboy.
There used to be a joke about what do you call someone who wears a flannel shirt and cowboy boots? A truck driver.
The truck driver.
It's like real cowboys. They're not wearing that shit, you know. So we had two-stepping in England. Amazing.
Oh yeah.
There's something I never knew. Somebody's mentioning Red Volkart. There's a guitar player I haven't heard of in a long time.
If you go back and watch it now, Urban Cowboy,
Suburban Cowboy, yeah.
Texas accent is so freaking pathetic. He's not even selling it, or he can't sell it now.
Hold on, I'm reading. Country guy that sings about alcohol.
Yeah, you're way behind on the chat there.
I know. Yeah. There's more notes than the number of ants.
What do real
Tennessee anthill? Oh, okay. I'm sorry?
What do real cowboys wear? Probably these days spandex.
Yeah, and they all have shows on HGTV how to flip a barn. Yeah, I bought this barn and we're going to fix it up and
or how to flip a burger.
Yeah, how to flip a burger. Welcome to How to Flip a Burger. Yeah, nobody wants to work anymore. Everybody wants to work from home, call it in. So yeah, there's probably no real cowboys or anything. How do you call in a crop or some Angus? Oh, Angus, that's from AC/DC. So you got your cows out there. If you want to work I guess that's working from home.
Drones,
yeah. I can think of it.
In the drones.
We were talking
to be drones.
Now we were talking about the Partridge Family right before we came online. And we was going to ask you, Ed, either, Susan Day, Lori Partridge.
Right.
David Cassidy.
Annie Bonaducci.
Or Tracy, the little girl that played the tambourine. Which would you rather do?
Danny Bonaducci.
Danny Bonaducci. Okay. Yeah, he's not bad, I guess.
I saw a picture of him recently, and I don't know if it was photoshopped or what, but he looked
it was a blimp.
He looked almost dead. He was looking rough.
Yeah, especially when, oh God, his whole wrestling days, when he thought he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I was during the MTV days, I guess. But Wade Hayes. I saw Wade Hayes, James Sanders asking. How you doing, James? Wade Hayes, I saw him before he was somebody. He had his first album had just released, but they only had about 6 songs that they would play because the other ones on the album sucked. So they would go out and just play, and just like any other band or artist does, but they would go out and play those 5 or 6 songs and then play the 1 or 2 released songs again during their little concert. And the rest of the time they're playing Sweet Home Alabama and that kind of shit. But yeah, when I saw Wade Hayes, that was what he was doing. He was playing the same club I was playing, but not at the same time. So we had to strike the stage in order to make room for him. I hate it when they do that. You're playing somewhere for a week or 2 weeks, and then, an artist comes in and they make you tear every goddamn thing down that was all set up the whole fucking time. Bring somebody in, then they're back out, and they expect you to set all your shit back up, sound system and all, and have it all ready and play the last couple hours of the night after that when everybody has left. So because the artist has left and they took 2 hours to tear down, it's like, okay, now you guys set back up and play to nobody. Oh, joy.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
See, BK's talk about Brad Paisley. He digs him. Bron Snake. He's talking about which band or artist that you performed live for paid the best and how much did you make per show? Also, what albums are you on? I'm not on any albums. I'm on a chair. I'm on a drum throne. Best paying thing would probably be going out with and opening with Sawyer Brown and Pirates of the Mississippi. They had 2 opening acts. Sawyer Brown did, but the other one, Pirates of the Mississippi, just had their first hit out, and we were just put on there just to basically focus the lights and make sure the sound's working correctly. So yeah, all we had to do was play half hour every single night, that they were playing, and it's like, okay, $300 a night each. So that always was a better paying gig than the typical $100 a night that has not changed over all the years. Is $100 a man a night for the last 50 years. Oh yeah, no, yeah. For 50 years they've been paying $100 a man.
We're always corporate Christmas parties or weddings for rich people.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's where you make better money than playing with artists. If you're playing with artists in any way, shape, or form, you're not making real money.
No, play money. They give you a monopoly. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and you make better jobs. Yeah, playing the casinos, making, except for you spend all your money while you're in there.
Yeah, we would go from making $400 a night for a 4 or 5 piece band to doing Christmas parties for $1,200 or $1,500.
Sure.
And it was like you get to do that,
and you don't have to leave town.
You get to do it in December, and that's it. And then New Year's Eve, it's all over.
Yeah.
If you were booked New Year's Eve, you were playing for some decent money.
Oh yeah, always.
And now you play I won't even book New Year's because they want to pay you just the regular gig.
Regular night, yeah. I won't leave my house.
Nope.
No reason to do it.
Home. I'd rather stay home and.
I sleep right through the fucking New Year's thing. I'll wake up about 4 in the morning and get on the computer and do something and just miss New Year's altogether. It's like, I'm not leaving the house for $100.
Oh, me and Linda stay home, put together a snack tray, cook a ham or something.
Right.
Drink a bunch of drinks and watch TV and the internet and whatever.
Yeah.
Let everybody else go out and make their $350 playing at the places that should be paying them $1,200.
Right. He was asking what albums I've played on. Generally, you don't know. I know a few that I've been on that ended up, the album ended up fairly good. Nothing ever came off of me that would go on the air. It's like I always ended up on B-side songs, for different people. The main things, because I've probably been on 25, 30 different albums of Who Knows, because I would get called in, hey, Scott, just come in and play on this song and we'll catch you later. Okay, it's like, I never asked who it was for. A couple, yeah, there were artists were there, but generally you never saw anybody. It's just call you in and lay down the Nashville number chart right in front of you, and it's in B flat. You go, okay, it's for a chick. And you play it. I got to open up a, I'm on a lovely album for the Olympics of, God, what year was it? I hear the cops at somebody's place. God, some Olympics album. There was a soundtrack to the Olympics. I think it was 96-ish, maybe. Might have been before that. It would have had to been 94, 92, whenever the Olympics were over here. Anyway, so they called me in to do, called some of my other buddies that had been in bands with too. I don't know how they did that, but the recording studio had us all in at different times, and then we read the credits on the liner notes and stuff. It's like, holy shit, a bunch of people I've played with before and been in bands with for many years were here also, but we were never in there at the same time, so had no idea what I was doing half the time. Ended up on some banana commercials. There's a fun one.
Chiquita banana?
It was Chiquita. Yeah. There were people from Hawaii that came over for a pineapple commercial thing I did, and they just hung around till it was done and actually said if I liked what I was doing or not. I just had to stand in the studio and they would amp me up in there. You know how they do like reamping things, and you have a cabinet way off in another room and you just stand where you're at, and then sometimes they'll plug it through another amp or another, but just record a dry signal. But you would hear an amp from somewhere. But believe it or not, yeah, the pineapple people would actually, yeah, mahalo, we like that. We like that one. We don't know. No, that don't sound like a pineapple.
Here's a question from Shield 400. What happened to your buddy Justin Spicer?
Oh, I wonder too. I see him now and then on here, and I write to him, but I don't hear back from him. I know he's still playing, and he's still playing weird shit. You know, I mean, really weird shit. He loves playing like, it used to be guitar and all kind. He's into like harmony and silver tones from way back when, and Tyscos and really shitty guitars. Guitars that used to be from Woolworths and crap like that. I think those were Kingston guitars, were their brand name. But he likes playing bass, and he's a guy that likes to use like lots of distortion on the bass, along with a lot of delay and flanger and a wah-wah pedal and all that shit going on at once. So very weird. It's like, and that's his bass. Was that a good imitation of a psychedelic bass? But yeah, he plays weird shit like that, but I haven't heard from him. I asked him if he's made it famous yet, and God, he never returns on my calls. Yeah, you see how that is? They go off and forget about you. God damn it. Hey, I don't know if I showed anybody. I know I showed Duncan. Since still, Ed has been the last person to purchase anything from the merch store. Nobody has ordered anything. And yeah, Jumpin' James Sanders in here, he actually won a shirt. But as far as anybody purchasing anything, no. You see the Cyclops eyeball here? I had to do it in big form. So if you want a great big ass eyeball,
cool.
Now that's an eyeball. So you can go over and get yourself a big ass eyeball, and the girls will never know you're looking at them. And you know they'll think it's not weird.
Kid Wilson says shipping is a bit pricey on that site, to be honest.
Oh, with the spring whatever? It's pretty close, actually. For my shipping, I don't know if anybody else, what they have to pay. But to ship a t-shirt for my real price from here when somebody wins something is right about $5, and I know that TeeSpring or whatever, they charge like $4.95. So pretty flipping close. What they do over there is if I order 5 shirts for me or whatever, or if I order 5 shirts to give away to you guys, they will charge me that $4.95 shipping for each and every shirt, and then send them together in one little package.
Right.
So they'll charge $25 for shipping, and it'll only have cost them like $6.50, $7 maybe tops. So that's where they get you on there, is if you order more than one thing. So I can definitely vouch for that. So only order one thing. So that's how that works. It's the same company that most everybody tends to use when they're doing this thing. It's just the easiest one to use, and that's what I went with. So if we find another place, hey, I have all the artwork here. If you find something that's groovier and you know of a place, let me know. It's really easy to submit the graphics and so forth. So if anybody will buy something, I'll be happy to switch companies as long as they do a good job. So, okay, today, guitars. What time did we start here? 5 o'clock? It's 6 my time. Duncan's over there going, "Shut up, you bastard! It's late as fuck here. I'm
It's late as fuck over here. Yeah, you're 1 hour in.
Okay, 1 hour in, and we were told definitely do not go over 2 hours because it has something to do with algorithms and other kind of no algo lead guitars, but algorithms. So not to go over 2 hours. So we will not. Today's guitars. Why? Because I always like to break out a guitar or two. Then I'll get back to any questions or comments that are in there. Bron Snake says, winner gets all Dr. Groovy's guitars. Hey, you can have them. It's about time, kids. It's actually past time for some of these to go. So again, to my buddy that wants the oak Stratocaster, I will send all the information and photos to you on that. I did get your email. These guitars, what they are, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I know they're Fender Strats. Oh, okay, here's one of them. Okay, you'll notice there's something different going on here. Okay, these are a Fender Special Edition. They have what's called FSR, which are Fender Special Release. Not to be concerned, nor not to be confused with the Special Edition. And as it says on the back of the headstock, like this one is number 183 out of 250. So they made 250 of these guitars in three or four different finishes. Headstock matches here. Now you'll notice the aluminum machine turned pick guard on these things. This guitar actually came originally, it has 2 Tex-Mex single coils, and then it came with a humbucker in the bridge. And it has the same machine turned back plate on there. I switched out and got another Tex-Mex single coil, and from Fender back at this time. This one was made in 2003. I know they quit making them in 2007 to get all 250 of them out there. So very groovy. I just would not have the humbucker. I keep the humbucker and the pick guard around, but it's just a normal Strat other than the carpet matches the drapes. And they, believe it or not, this guitar, they call it candy apple red, and every red guitar I have looks nothing like this. This thing is orange.
Yeah, it looks orange from here.
Yeah, it's orange. But it's got quality tuners on it. No kind of shit. It's not locking, but it's got the good tuners on it that have the two little nubs in the back.
Keep it from turning.
Yeah, no fret sprout on these things. Anything special about them? No, it's got the cheapy looking 6-screw bridge on it. What else can I say about it? Nothing. Everything else is original, except for the tip switch on the toggle switch there. It's chrome, which I put on both of mine because I have another one of these. They didn't bother to put a 22nd fret on there, which I think is retarded because there's always plenty of room for one. USA always puts it on there, and there's room for it.
You'll never play that Love a Rainy Night solo.
I know. If anybody knows that Eddie Rabbit song, I Love a Rainy Night, you have to have 22 frets to play the solo. Not even correctly, but yes, correctly. To hit any of those notes, you got to go up to that high E, and you have to play the high D. You actually have to fret it and then bend it up to there. But there's no bending that C sharp up to D and then hitting that E properly. I've tried to do it and sound like it all is there, but without that 22nd fret, it's just impossible to get.
He had stitches the other night. We're sitting here talking, and we're talking about the frets, and I go, I hate the fact that my old Strat, my favorite one, the Sunburst one, the Mexico one, 94, doesn't have that 22nd fret because I can't play. And Scott goes, you can't play the solo to I Love a Rainy Night before I got it out of my mouth.
Yeah.
How did you know I was going to say that?
Yeah, it was like the one and only thing that I could have said right when he was talking about it. He's like, I can't play. I said the solo to I Love a Rainy Night. He goes, we were both dumb and dumbfounded. If you guys remember, if anybody remembers, there was a time when I had a whole bunch of Strat Pluses, probably 10 of them in the collection. I don't know if anybody gave two flying fucks back when that was.
A pretty yellow one.
That's exactly where I'm going right now. Graffiti Yellow was the name of that finish.
Yellow.
And that was the only time they used that color until these came out. So the other one I have is Graffiti Yellow. And the pick guard on the Graffiti Yellow one with the Strat Plus was like every other pick guard from Fender. It was white. So it just wasn't cool. It has to be black and look like a bumblebee or look like you're in the band Striper. And it has to have a rosewood fingerboard that, I don't know, it just needs to have that contrast in there. But here's a Graffiti Yellow. I'll show you that thing in the back in a minute. But there's Graffiti Yellow with the same engine turned aluminum pickguard and matching headstock, which looks really cool. Because the other Strat Plus did not have a matching.
Your logo up to the camera. That looks weird.
It's chrome.
Oh.
Yeah, they're chrome. Let's see if I can even get a light. I know there's there.
Wow.
Even Stratocaster is chrome. And this one was made in 2005. The other one in 2003. They made 2006. There would be on the back of these, there would be a diamond, a little circle with a diamond in it to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Fender being in business since 1946. Back in them days, they were making amplifiers and stuff, and they were known as just Fender musical instruments. or Fender musical something. That might have been it, because it wasn't just, or maybe even it was Fender Electronics. You guys tell me. I think that's what it was. I think it was possibly Fender Electronics, because they were making Fender amps back then, but the guitars didn't come around until 3 years later. They started actually working on trying to get guitars figured out. This one, they actually went ahead and put the locking tuners on.
Put the lockers on. Those are nice. So those Schaller or Fender?
Fender branded anyway.
Yeah.
Hard to say who made them. So 2 years later, they did this. I took the neck plate off, and there's a company that I've got a lot of these on, but here's the neck plate I went for.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's like you don't need all that metal back there. So I've got a few guitars to show off that brand of neck plates.
It's amazing that they got the yellow paint on the neck plate. Or is that neck plate just a cutout?
It's cut out of steel.
Okay, so the yellow in the side of the circle is actually the paint from the guitar.
Exactly.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so they did a good job painting
underneath
that.
You don't need a neck plate. All you need is a washer under each screw.
Exactly. Yeah, so why they put the plate on there to make even more hindrance of playing up here? Don't know. And still no 22nd fret on that 2 years later.
All right, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Scott's talking right now, and you guys keep saying, Ed, pay attention to Bronze Snake asking this question that I posted up on the screen. It went away.
And what is it that's so urgent?
Does this ring a bell? How can I miss you when you won't go away? And I thought it was, how can I miss you when you never leave? But
how can I miss you if you won't go away? Who asked it?
Bronze Snake.
Yes, that's a song I wrote. And about 30 other people have written a song with the same title. But if you guys look on my channel, there's a buddy of mine singing that song of mine. There's a bunch of stuff. There's stuff of me on different albums and stuff also that are on my channel, if anybody wants to look those up, since he was asking about different, what recordings I've done and albums and stuff. All that stuff is actually on here. But yeah, that's a groovy little song. There's a bunch of songs of mine that suck ass, and you can hear those on Reverb Nation /Scott Grove or reverbnation.com/Scott Grove. There's a link to it at the bottom if you need it at groovymusiclessons.com. But there's, 15, 20 songs of mine on there as well. So there's those. It says $34.94 for a medium t-shirt, shipped, tax and all. Is that what it costs?
Wow.
I have no idea. I pay shipped and all 23 something for me to buy it myself.
Well, I think I got the mug for like all total $18.
Oh, really?
And it's a big mug. It's a huge cup of coffee.
I got the little mug, which costs more.
Really?
Yeah, the black one.
Oh, I got the paisley one.
Yeah, I mean, they make one. It's just called the black mug, and then it puts whatever image on it that you want, but it's only available in black. And it's a certain size, and it's smaller than my normal coffee drinking cup. And it sounds like the one that you got, which is super cool. I want to get that paisley one because yours looks awesome. It sounds like yours is bigger than mine.
Goes without saying.
I know. Yeah, I figured it was. I mean, from all the pictures. You know, when it, was set, next to the guitar for scale. I mean, yours went up to the 12th fret from the nut. That was impressive. Well, I mean, the nut on the guitar.
Did you hear about the Texan and the Alaskan standing on the Golden Gate Bridge taking a leak over the side?
The Texan and the Alaskan standing on the Golden Gate Bridge taking a leak over the other side.
And the Texan said, water sure is cold. And the Alaskan says, in deep too.
Oh, so he's got the shalom.
Well, an Alaskan must have told me that joke making fun of Texans. I don't know.
Okay, because everything's supposed to be bigger in Texas.
Bigger in Texas, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
I wonder if that goes for buttholes.
Kid Wilson says the black one is smaller. Wow. Yeah, it is. I know that doesn't usually happen in today's world.
Finish. That's a special. The black is a special
material.
You're right. The white one's just a white enamel that probably is the easiest thing for them to do.
Right. The black one is $1 more on my end.
Once you had a man with no legs, you never go back.
Yeah, I can check into those prices, and I am allowed to set discounts somehow. So I can get a discount code if you guys would like a discount code on this stuff. I barely make any money on this thing. So if you guys would, I don't expect any really. If you guys would like me to put a discount code on my website where you can get whatever it is that brings it down right close to cost.
Well, that was the whole point of the channel members.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is about this, we got to recognize the fact that buying stuff from TeeSpring, each one of those things is individually made, individually ordered. And I mentioned this in the chat. The only way we can, actually bring the prices properly down is to actually mass produce these things in a large order. And seeing as the only person who's bought anything from the merch store is Ed and one mug and you, it really does not, economically. It doesn't work out well. Makes no sense for us at the minute. If you all started buying T-shirts and we're going, oh shit, we sold 100 of these or 1,000 of those, yeah, or 200 mugs, then maybe would get them made. But if nobody's buying it, then
because then we could actually order bulk and sell them differently. Possibly.
Well, the idea of the channel members was to get the
discount code. Okay, I see how that works. You guys got to keep me informed on how this works. Because I just sit here and talk and cuss.
Well, we figured out how it works. The only problem is no one's taking up on it.
That nobody gives a rat's ass.
Nobody gives a rat's ass. They're too used to giving stuff away for free. And every fucking time you're doing a stream, you give a fucking T-shirt away for free, which you paid for.
That's right.
John Pearson, the way to find out what Scott is asking for a particular guitar is to email him at that email address that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, probably.
That is true. Because I don't want to have to report it in any way, shape, or form to the IRS that I'm getting money. I'm trying to get disability since I'm laid up in bed 6.5 days a week. So for me to make any money goes against the whole thing, since I don't have any fucking money. I have these left, and that's what I'm selling off in order to live for the next, hopefully, 2 years or so until I'm no longer living. And we'll see how that goes. So, yeah, just hit me on the email, and PayPal is generally the way to go, even though they report earnings as well, but it's not the way eBay takes out as much money as they do. So, I keep getting talked to about putting everything on eBay constantly, but I'm trying to avoid their taking of, their cut. That's just like if you make a donation super chat thing on here, it's groovy to see it come up and everybody's happy that you put it on here, and I'm happy that you put it on here, but Google takes like 33 and a third % of it, whereas if you want to make a PayPal donation, then I get like 100% of that. So I actually had a young man that bought a couple of my Gibson Explorers a few years ago. He tossed me a Ben Franklin last week on PayPal, which was really nice of him. So in case he's in here just listening, I definitely appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, Linda and I paid the federal income tax there when they were due, and the roads should be fixed any day now.
For what? Oh, all the money you gave out?
Yeah, they should get the roads fixed.
Yeah, I mean, I paid my tax, and the Queen just blew it on a big fucking party.
Yeah,
Heard about that.
Emerald party, or was it Emerald?
Platinum, I think.
Platinum.
75. I don't know.
No, it was more of a gem. Anyway, whatever. It was a big party.
Yeah, so I wasn't invited.
So how do you feel about Charles as the king, Duncan?
Well, I don't know.
Right?
He'll probably die before she does anyway.
I think so. Let's see, James Sanders asked, do you still play the electronic drums? Yes, I do. It's a little bit more of a bitch right now because that right there is my finger there. It's hard to see it. It's behind Ed's picture. Anyway, back there behind the drums is a laptop that I have a few hundred backing tracks that have no drums on them that I sit there and play with. And that thing fried about 2 weeks ago, but I still have all the tracks on this laptop that's in front of me that has all the exact same shit on it. So I just got to carry it back there. It uses the same power supply. They're identical. So I do still get back there and bang the holy shit out of those and love it. I wish it worked to get my belly off, but it doesn't. Just makes my legs hurt. My belly just sits there. I don't know if you ever noticed, but there are a lot of heavy-duty looking drummers out there in the world. If you've ever watched Spinal Tap, the very last drummer they had, it was like, his name was Joe Yo Mama, something at the end of it. And
did he spontaneously combust?
The guy did right before him, yeah. It left a stain or a globule there on the seat. And then it showed, basically as the credits were rolling, what happened to the guys and stuff. And it showed the one guy spontaneously combust, and then it showed the replacement as the credits were rolling. But beautiful thing. So yeah, I do play the drums and love it, and I'm a lot better than I used to be, and I would not back down from a drum gig. So I'm to that point where I feel well enough to, in my brain and in my limbs, to go out and play, a good country gig with all the type stuff that I've always played. Even though I sit there and bang around and play the Bengals and Genesis and whatever else and Zeppelin, and I'm back there doing that stuff. It's like wheelhouse, put me back in the country thing, and I'm happy playing train beats, all night long with no problem. So I'd like to do it. I'd like to get out there and play.
What you like with your beatboxing? You're any good at that?
So I suck. I just go like that so it looks like I'm doing something.
Yeah, you're sanding a guitar down, aren't you?
Huh?
You're sanding a guitar down when you're doing that.
That's right. Okay, what's Bronze Snake talking about? He's always right there.
Did I ever sing my song on this show that I wrote about alcohol? Alcohol ruins relationships, kills thousands of people every year, make you do stupid stuff. It's delicious.
Great song.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I discovered recently that my body doesn't actually produce its own alcohol. So I've decided to just take supplements.
You have to take supplements.
Yeah.
Correct. This is correct.
Oh, somebody sold their Camco drums. I'm just saying that out loud. Sorry, I was just reading while you guys were talking.
What are Camco drums?
Yeah, it's all right, Scott. Don't mind us. You carry on.
Oh, go at it. I'm just reading through the stuff. I remember Camco.
It's your fucking show. Well, shut up.
It ain't my show. I'm just here to yak along and hang out with these guys. There's no show ever. Just here yakking. Camco. I just remember those from was it 60s or 70s? He'll tell me in a little bit.
Were they regular drums or electronic?
Oh, they're regular.
Oh.
They made a fur set as well, covered in fur. Yes, it's as groovy as it sounds. So yeah, just imagine taking all that stuff that all the Mexican guys always put all over their dashboards, that fur stuff, putting that on an entire drum set. That's what they look like.
Oh.
So yeah, you thought that stuff that they put on speakers was bad, that carpet, trying to keep that shit clean with like a lint roller.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to keep fur clean, trying to wash that shit. And see, his were from the 70s. Yeah. Hey, John liked your song, Ed.
Yeah, I see that.
We got 20-inch kick, 12, 13, and then a 16 floor tom. I remember him. Nobody else remembers Camco, I'm sure. But it just stood out in my brain because I had a drummer that had a kit. And the fur kit, that's how I knew what it was, because that's what his were. It's the only way I knew. Not that I'm a drum aficionado.
He was a drummer.
Hey, Duncan, John wants to know, I got to get something that you're smoking.
Yeah, Old Holborn. Nothing special.
Do you get any good shit, or do you get the crap I have to get down at the dispensary?
Oh, I don't do it. I don't do anything naughty like that at all. It's not my bag.
Not my bag. I've got a bag here. Somebody says, where was it? Scott, you will live 25 years at least.
Well, he has so far.
Oh, yeah, that's the part that sucks. That's the part I'm not supposed to talk about. Let's just say there's a reason I'm trying to get everything in and out of here by 2 years. We'll leave it at that. It's by my choice. It's one of those nasty things. So I can say goodbye at a proper time. There, how's that?
Well, now's a good time to mention super chats.
What? There is no super chats.
Yeah. Well, I know. Why
Maybe
not?
maybe they're over at PayPal. Somebody said, make sure you go to PayPal and send it as a gift.
They're all on Phil McKnight's channel.
I was going to say they're all sending them there instead.
It's not depressing. We're not talking about Scott doing himself in, man. I got to have more Cowbell. That's one of my, of course, that has to be everybody's favorite skit in the entire world. There's just not a better one. And I do have my Cowbell set up. I've got 2 cowbells. Got one behind the electronic kit that's a real one. I don't know why I have a real cowbell when I'm on the headphones. And then I got an electronic cowbell on there. And then over with those red drums over there is a cowbell along with a few blocks and my lovely tambourine. Oh, that's something. Anyway, wow, look at this little black thing. Anyway, Ed was playing a gig last week, and you guys know that if you were here last weekend. And we had Dick filling in, did a good job. But I was watching Ed's gig. He posted a song or 2 on there, and I thought there was a couple of kitchen workers set up behind his gig. He was playing outside, and there's a window, and all of a sudden I see these 2 girls poke their head out the windows. They were women. And I thought that was like maybe the kitchen window, it's just kind of where the kitchen was, and they were peeking out and, checking out the band, just employees. Come to find out, it was a couple of them there leg-licking, quim-quaffing, snaggle-snacking lesbians that were checking out his wife playing and bass in the band. They were staying in a room, and they were out checking out his old lady. So you imagine bass player, his wife playing bass and bebopping her little booty up and down, and that's what they were looking at. Oh, do you mind if I tell that story, Ed?
No, go right ahead.
Okay.
when was the last time you had anyone lusting after you, Ed? Any groupies?
I refuse to answer that on the grounds that may humiliate myself.
That's why I brought it up.
It was those same 2 chicks.
If you go watch the video, Lay Down Sally, you can see it for yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Go to Ed's channel and watch Lay Down Sally here. Go
to my channel and watch anything.
Go to his channel. That's right. Watch anything.
Everything.
That's
start
right. Not
start at the beginning.
Start at the beginning. Oh, there's some fun stuff at the beginning. I know there is. Let's see.
I love Beloved Abstract. A girl almost liked me once, and stuff.
Lovely. There it is. Scott loves Tonewood. I saw that on the NAMM show updates. There was a dealer there talking about the Tonewoods on their guitars. Yes, that's the one that's going on currently, or ending up currently. Couldn't hardly hang with that show this year. Had a few people walking around and doing videos, and most of it, Gibson stayed out, Fender stayed out, all the big companies except for Ibanez said screw it. Because of the pandemic, everything sold fine without having to go out and spend the money on, $100,000 on a booth over there for the size they would normally use. So they're like, we lost 0 money during the pandemic, as far as anything. So why should we have to?
Well, they literally do not have to go out and do any promotion whatsoever.
None. Why should they?
Every time somebody gets up on stage with a Stratocaster, they're promoting it.
Exactly. And everybody knows what it is anyway. That's anybody. People that are that don't know jack shit about guitars would basically be able to point out a Fender versus a Gibson.
Well, you'd
Because
probably find that a lot of people who do go to the NAMM show would just walk straight past their stalls anyway, because
thank you, James.
they just know it.
Make it rain.
Oh, give me a second. I've got to reach over and everything.
And James is on fixed income and he makes it rain. Thank you, my man.
We need to do a show where we talk about nothing but Eddie Van Halen and his guitar.
Which guitar?
His guitar.
Which one?
Well, his.
The one he was playing when he died, or the one he was playing when he was
Famous.
making it famous?
There are so many channels that are dedicated strictly to Van Halen.
Uh-huh.
That it's like they've got to run out of shit to talk about eventually.
True. And where am I going to make a difference?
I was being sarcastic.
Oh. I just had to ask. It's like,
Could we be any more boring?
oh, I got you.
Yes.
Yes, we could.
One of my favorite things is, they go out and do this because, reasons.
Reasons. Yeah. I was actually getting ready to talk about, somebody was talking about Bumblebee. If you know that Van Halen story on that guitar.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about doing this one up like that. I could do this one up like that. Tape it all up. And
that in Dimebag Darrell's coffin.
oh, the Kiss coffin?
Eddie
What
Van
about
Halen they set claim that when they buried Dimebag Darrell Abbott, that Eddie Van Halen put the Bumblebee guitar in his coffin because Darrell loved that guitar and he was the only one worthy.
There is a myth, but somebody out there, since we're on the Eddie Van Halen guitar all of a sudden, and I don't know enough about it. Okay, the very first guitar that Eddie put together that he was famous for, the red and black and white thing, became black and white, correct? The same guitar?
Yeah, he painted a bunch of times.
Now, is it the one that became Bumblebee or is it not?
I think Bumblebee was the one that was like a crazy
The yellow and black.
shape.
The Explorer one?
With a Kramer headstock style and
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I know one was actually an Ibanez Destroyer. It looked like an Explorer. Then they cut it up and blah, blah, blah. Because he had that one and with no whammy on it at all. No whammy on it.
I know the story behind the Frankenfurter guitar.
That's what I'm asking about. It was yellow and black at one time.
Well, it ended up ultimately red and white.
Yeah,
And
the red, white, black thing.
That's what stuck was the red and white.
Now, which guitar was yellow and black that was strat shaped?
The yellow and black one.
Was it the same guitar as the red, white, and black, and the black and the white? And
we need Johnny Bean in here to answer that question.
so 3 guitars that were striped. Were they all the same? Hey, make it rain, man. Bronze Snake threw a buck in. Canadian. What's that, 38 cents?
It still counts.
It counts. It counts. And
Make it missed.
make it missed. That's great. Thanks, brother. That's great. But hey, who is that to get?
Okay,
Google
Mr. Night Owl says the Bumblebee was a different guitar.
The Stratocaster one? Correct? Is that what I'm thinking of?
I'm gonna okay.
The one with the single coil pickup. I'm sorry, the one humbucker in the bridge. That was a different guitar than because I know the original one had a humbucker in the bridge, a single coil in the neck that didn't work, and then just a cavity in the middle that
He
had
stuck
an army guy or something in there.
No,
or a
he had
part
the
of a
5-position switch stuffed into the middle hole.
Yes, that's what I was getting ready to say. Yeah, had that sucker stuck in the middle.
So just gonna come in here. Yeah, James his super chat for 199. He didn't have enough characters to actually put what he wanted to say, and it's underneath his super chat. Do you want to bring that up, Ed? Or do you want me to just read it?
I don't know who gave the super chat to you.
James Sanders.
Okay, not much room to type here, so I'll say in chat.
Underneath the super chat.
Oh, I had to say goodbye to a friend of mine back in January. It was hard. So it would be really hard for me to say it to you, which I hope that day never comes. You are a great friend.
I'm sorry, throw it again.
No.
I was reading Bronze Snake at the same time. I thought you were talking just out to talk.
He said, at Dr. Groovy Music Lessons, I had to say goodbye to a friend of mine back in January. It was hard. So it would really be hard for me to say it to you, which I hope that day never comes. You are a great friend.
Thank you, brother. I'll just say thank you. I love you, James, man. You're an awesome dude. And same to Bronze Snake. He says, not, where is it? Not homosexually gay, purely brotherly love.
Oh, come on. There's a bromance brewing somewhere.
I know.
It's 2022. No one cares anymore.
Again, I'm not gay, but my husband is. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but
my boyfriend is.
Yeah. Now I can't turn on the Home and Garden channel anymore without it being just a clusterfuck full of that. It's like, when did HGTV become LGBTQTWXYZ channel?
What, have you got a high definition television?
Yeah.
Or a really fast car?
Yeah,
it's
like
some kind of GTO. Yeah, it's great. LBGTO.
What was it? It was Adam and Eve that was created, not Adam and Steve. It's like, cut the shit, people. Sorry if I'm cutting into anybody's home life or style of living, or your brother and sister's way of living, but sorry, holy fuck.
Well, Texas banned being gay, so, you know.
There you go.
So there
you go. Somebody's got it. Remember when Archie Bunker used to chime in on that stuff?
Yeah, remember the time he gave the cross-dresser mouth-to-mouth resuscitation?
Yes.
Beverly, whatever her name was, and
yeah,
Edith was the one that had to tell him.
Oh, Archie!
You know that's a man.
Don't you hate that when you reach up there and all of a sudden you just got schlong? That's happened so many times to me. Just reach up that little skirt and boing. Hate it when that happens. You guys are saying nothing. Absolutely.
No, we're just letting you dig your own grave.
All right,
it's fine.
Okay. No,
I'm watching the viewers drop off. It's fine. Carry on.
The chat. Let's no more morbidity in the chat, please.
Oh, who the hell's going on with that stuff?
Everybody.
What morbidity?
Oh, they're telling us all who died. That's my job.
They're all see, Stevie Ray Vaughan, he's dead.
Yeah, I might go before the lot of you. Then Scott won't have anybody to stream with.
Naomi Judd, she blew her fucking head off. Who else is dead? somebody says not to do anything, I'm going to get right in there.
19 children in Uvalde.
Yep, whole bunch of people died in all these fucking gun accidents.
3 yesterday in Kentucky, then 3 more yesterday in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
All handgun.
Yeah. It's always happened over here, always will. Can't do nothing about it. It's America. America. It's always going to happen. You guys can't do shit about it. Government can't do anything about it. Nobody will ever do anything about it. People are just going to be out of their fucking minds, and they're going to do what they're going to do. That's the way it is. No matter what guns they can get a hold of, they'll get a hold of them, and no matter what's banned or is not banned, they're going to shoot the fuck out of everybody, and they're going to bomb everybody, and it's just going to keep happening. So there's that news. Sucks, but there it is. Let's see. John Pearson, really sorry, brother. Most devastating loss regarding my. Oh my God, we're talking dogs now. Somebody blow up a dog? Somebody shot the kennel up. Oh, you guys are just letting me dig my grave again, talking about dead dogs.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how we can just like get out of this and change the subject. You got like 10 minutes left, so
I know it. So we got 10 minutes. What do you guys want to yak about out there? Throw me a subject, anything you want.
Furry guitars.
Well, we were gonna talk about.
I saw a guy throw his dog off a roller coaster once. Sit, boo boo, sit. Good dog.
We were gonna chat about what it's like getting older and trying to play a gig and like when the temperature drops and your fingers freeze up.
Yeah, if nobody even flipping knows.
All the blood runs from your extremities.
Oh, I hate it when my extremities are that extreme. What the hell you talk about, Dunk?
I'm laughing at Shield 400's chat. It says, I dated a girl with a twin. People's always ask, how can you tell them apart? Well, Lisa painted her nails purple. Bob had a cock. Good one.
Fuck, that's great. Are you guys' names Neil and Bob, or is that just what you do? Yeah, real quick before we get out of here, in case anybody wants to know, there was a chat over on Philip McKnight's channel, and somebody had asked a question, and it was not answered properly.
What's the best guitar for a beginner?
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
A beginner guitar. It's not the best for a beginner, but we'll say that just because nobody's going to pay anything if they're beginner anyway. Somebody had said, I kept my guitars on stands down on the floor, a regular guitar stand like these right here. And said, then I started hanging them up, like I do. And they're like, how come my guitar goes out of tune? It keeps going out of tune flat when I'm hang them up there. It's like, well, get this, Skippy. Here's what happens is the heat rises.
Well, first, what was his answer?
I don't know. Maybe the neck is getting stretched. Okay, so that I'm just like laughing. So, it was a real quick blowover and didn't focus on it at all. And it's heat rises whenever your guitar gets warmer by even 1 degree. Your guitar tuning will go flat, and if something gets cold, it shrinks. Just think about your dick, kids.
It will go sharp.
If that's right, and it will go sharp if it shrinks. So that's what it does. And when it warms up, It gets flatter and longer. But yeah, it contracts when it's colder and down on the ground. So if you're outside playing, keep an eye on the thermometer. Same damn thing. Just like Ed did a gig last night, and it got down to 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
It was about 58.
58. And yeah, quite a difference from the set previous to it.
Man, my guitar started to buzz like crazy.
Yeah, his guitar went sharp. It was an acoustic gig for them. And yeah, he had his Gill acoustic out there, and it just started buzzing like crazy because it needed a truss rod adjustment within just an hour from the, 20 minutes maybe from just sitting there from the set before.
And the other thing is when you're playing outdoors, whether it be acoustic or electric, at all costs, try to keep your instrument out of direct sunlight.
Yeah. And the same way if you're, I'm going to keep my guitar on the stand over here in the shade, and then, so it'll not get hot. And then I'm going to stand outside in the sun where we have to play and start playing. It's like your guitar is going to go flat like real fucking quick if you do that. So even if your guitar is going to heat up to 200 degrees outside, keep it in the exact same sunlight and temperature that you're going to be playing at. Just leave it out in the damn sun and let it do its baking. Don't put it in the guitar case during break, blah, blah, blah. It'll be same shit. So always keep your guitar as you're going to play it if you're actually a gigging person. And again, if you're going to hang it on the ceiling or from the ceiling on the wall, it's just naturally warmer up there. If you have this, you can almost see it, a vent on the ceiling, that's definitely going to be pumping out some heat in the winter time. So all your shit's going to go flat. But the heat's going to stay up there. I don't know why they put vents on the fucking ceiling when nobody lives in the ceiling. It's like, that's why you got to pay so much for the fucking heat. But I live in the desert, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, that was the question that couldn't be answered on the big show the other night.
Really big shoe.
On a really big shoe. Beloved Abstract says, yes, cold water makes it contract. Oh, cold water. Oh, he's been swimming. What do they call it on Seinfeld? Shrinkage.
Shrinkage.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
George Costanza just got out of the pool, and he's standing there all naked from getting out of the pool, and a chick walks into his room and
starts laughing.
It's shrinkage. Yeah, starts laughing.
Pointing and laugh.
He's like, shrinkage, shrinkage. Yeah, it ain't nothing funnier than getting pointed at and laughed at when your shrinky dink is on. And he had to say cold water. Let's see, Bronze Snake. I was booted out of high school. I'm just reading.
Yeah.
Everybody else can read it too. What is he sucking?
He was booted out of high school small engine repair shop when our teacher overheard me telling a friend, she had a chance to suck it, then she blew it. Oh.
That's the one I had to have you read for me. James is saying when he plays outside, he has to check his tuning about every other song. Good boy. And you have to.
Floor tuners are for the mute your guitar and tune so that everybody doesn't have to
hear your ass tune out loud.
Tuning, yeah.
That's another one real quick, folks, is never tune out loud.
Unless it's a tuba.
Unless it's a tuba, yeah. Then you got to have one of these con tuners or Petersons like I have over here. Hey, it's almost time to get the hell out of here, and we haven't talked about anything other than throwing dogs off a Ferris or a roller coaster.
Well, it was a productive night.
Yeah. Are you doing anything tonight, Ed, or are you going to chill for the evening?
No.
No after party.
I thought up until last night, I thought I was playing tonight.
I thought you were playing tonight too. And it just didn't happen.
Well,
What
like
the
I
hell,
showed you,
man?
Ed had so many marks
Bookings.
in his book with arrows pointing at different days that.
Well, you can go to the doctor for me tomorrow and keep that one. Keep that date.
I got my own coming up. I don't want to go.
I'll call you for my next when I got to see my regular doctor. I have to do a bend over and that kind of thing. So the guy with the gloves, I'll let you take that one for the team.
You know how to tell the difference between an oral and a rectal thermometer?
I know it's a joke. Oh, of course it's a joke. You're setting it up. I'll just say no so you can tell it.
By the taste.
Lovely. Okay, I'm gonna shut my ass up right now and thank everybody for coming out and doing whatever it is we did today. Don't forget, you can go on the merchandise site and overpay your ass off for some of that. And
please do.
and please do. Yeah. Pay way too much instead of bitching about it. Because you get some really groovy merchandise that nobody else will have, apparently. Except for me. You and I, me and one other person out there are going to have some groovy merchandise. Okay. Catch you next week if everything is still up and going, if the bills have been paid. And again, I'll get a hold of anybody about any guitars. Just write to me at the thing down below there somewhere. And we'll talk guitars and when and how to get them to you. And Duncan has something to say before we get out of here. Other than that, I'll just say bye.
Well, I'll say thank you everybody for coming. It's been a great show, I think. Was it? I don't know. Good. Well, if you enjoyed the show, say so in the comments. If you didn't like the show, say so in the comments. And we'll see you next week for more of this and maybe other stuff. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually have something to talk about next week. Maybe Scott will find something interesting to talk about.
One final word. If you came here to talk about guitars, nobody got time for that.
That's right.
All right, everybody. I'm going to press the button and say good night.
Good night, Duncan. Good night, Ed.
Good night.